Hello everyone. I have a data tool that we've developed and I programmed with the help of Amelia Middle School teachers and input and from Ross Hudson. I appreciate that and wanted to share this with you. This tool is useful if you'd like to put your assessment data into subgroup information so you can get the different subgroups performance on different assessments. So we'll go ahead and begin here. First, to start off, to add an assessment, you click the Add Assessment button. So you can name it whatever you'd like within these limitations. These are limitations that Microsoft provides for us. So you can go ahead and type in, so maybe it's a math pretest for equations. Click OK, and then it will ask you how many questions were used for this assessment. If you're grading by points, you can just enter the points, or if you're entering by percent, then you can just enter 100, and then you can just enter the percent score. So for this example, I'm just going to use 20 as the number of points possible for this assessment. You click the OK button, and then it will add the columns for you to input. This is where you will input your data, and it's right here, raw score assessment, and then this is the name that you typed in, math pretest equations. So then you can type in the student scores. So if you type them in, and I'll just do random so you can see the different numbers. And you can also see the different colors that pop up. These bands are set that 0 to 60% or 0 to 59% will be in red. 60 to 79% will be in yellow, 80 to 89% will be in light green, and 90 and above will be dark green. Alright, so that was the example if you type in the scores, but there's also an option if your students are lined up correctly and sorted in alphabetical order. In our case, they all have the same name, so it is, and this is just an example. But for yours, if they're in the same order that you have in Progress Book, and you can copy and paste those grades. So I'm just going to copy and paste these for this example. And you'll see that the color does not keep up when you paste them. So that's why I added this other option for add color, so that it will go back and it will add the color automatically for those when you copy and paste. So click the add color, and now it's gone through and put color in for all the different scores for all your students so that you have that information. So that's the individual scores and performance. It's important to remember with the copy and paste that I did, I just used the scores here as an example, but you will actually get your scores from Progress Book or Schoology or various programs that you could export the scores for the students on your roster. That's where you'll copy and paste from. I just used these numbers as an example and pasted them here. So again, this is your individual student scores, and then if you'd like to see how your class did in subgroups, you'd look down at the tab at the bottom. Again, this is the same name that you typed in, Math Pretest Equations. You click here, and then here's all your results for your subgroups. So for this example, we had students in general level classes and also advanced level. So this top data table is all classes combined. And you see here you have the different subgroups. This is all students, disabilities, students without disabilities, African American, white, ELL, gifted, and economically disadvantaged. So this table has it all broken down into the different performance bands, dark green, light green, yellow, and red. Again, the red was 0 to 59%, the yellow was 60 to 79, the light green was 80 to 89, and the dark green was 90 and above. And then this is the same information also for the general classes. And then here's the information for the advanced class, so that you have that data broken up in the different groups and different classes that you have. So this example that I've just shown would be an example that you would use if all of your students, whether it was a general level class or advanced level class, if they all took the same assessment. You can also enter in a test that all students don't take. So let's just run through that example real quick. So add assessment. So you call it math period 1 test. So click OK. This one will do the example of we enter it as a percent, so I'll put a 100. So then what you can do is when you scroll over, you can see the students here. So class period is listed here, so we have these are our students in our first period class. So then you just enter the score for those students. And again, I'm just making up these scores. You would use actual correct scores, and you can also copy and paste from your grading program, and this is where I'm just going to copy and paste here. And then again, to add color, so after you hit add color, you can go over here, and these little drop down arrows are filters for each column. So you can click select all, and that will uncheck all the boxes, and then you just want to look at first period. So you click that, and then all you see here is your first period students. This way you can identify which students are scoring in which bands. You can also, another filter you can do is you can sort from smallest to largest. This way now you have it in groups, so you can tell which students are all within the red band. And if you scroll over, it will get it right next to the name. So then you can see quickly that these are the students who scored in the red band. Here's your students in the yellow band, here's in the light green, and here's in the dark green. Now the next part of utilizing this tool is what are you going to do with this data? This tool could be used as you go throughout a unit. It could be used for all of your assessments, quizzes, homeworks, and a unit test, so that you can see how those assessments work with predicting success towards the end of the unit, and you can look at and evaluate, does the rigor match up within those assessments to see that you're getting to your final goals. Also with this, you can reflect and work through if you're giving common assessments with the other teachers in your same subject. You can work with them and collaborate about ideas for what you do, because what you're going to do for these students in this group is going to be different than what you would do for the students in this group on your different assessments. How are you going to wrap these things back in and use this to reflect on your future instruction to get the top maximum performance out of each student? And that's where we see the benefit of this tool, and we will go through a program in part 3 of this video series that will go through a reflection process and discussion process for doing that and planning for future instruction. Thank you.